Good morning. My name is Lisa Marshall. I'm the Senior Sister on Ward 3, which is a frailty assessment in Withybush Hospital, Pembrokeshire. And today I'm going to present to you, hello, my name is Rita. Following the COVID epidemic, we used RITA throughout the whole pandemic and we still continue to use it. And I wanted to share this information with you. So, hello, my name is Rita is a presentation that we've called RITA versus COVID-19. It's based in Withybush Hospital on Ward 3 through the Health Board, Hywel Health Board. Next slide. So what is Ward 3, you're probably asking yourself. So Ward 3 is a frailty assessment. It's an integral part of the hospital providing care of frail patients, including patients with dementia. So we ask ourselves sometimes, what is frailty? But frailty can be from any age. We support the health and well-being of patients by avoiding unnecessary admissions to hospital, ensuring a shorter stay for those who admit it. Aging, frailty and comorbidities are common risk factors for the development of dementia and have associated with COVID-19 infection with adverse outcomes. It is estimated that approximately 25% of our beds are occupied by people with dementia. The length of stay is often longer for people with dementia than with other comorbidities. And there's also huge delays when supporting and leaving hospital. During the pandemic, this increased, resulting in wards all over the UK managing patients with a dementia of some type. So people living with dementia are most vulnerable and dependent on the group in society. They rely on the care delivered by family members or professional carers for their daily activities of living. During the COVID-19 pandemic, their vulnerability has been exaggerated due to the direct impact of the disease on them and the indirect effects of the pandemic on the social support of the healthcare system. Older people with dementia are likely to have little information or understanding of the COVID-19 pandemic. COVID-19, the impact on dementia, self-isolation, social distancing due to the COVID has a significant impact on people living with dementia and their carers. Loneliness, anxiety, depression and other mental health problems we have noted as exacerbated by the effects of pandemic. Older people living with dementia who are likely to be frail, have more comorbidities, appear particularly vulnerable in the care for older people with comorbid and dementia with COVID-19. It's been a challenge for us all throughout this time due to the complex needs required. So on Ward 3, we have a RITA. So this RITA is throughout all our patients that we've used throughout the pandemic and we continue to use. So RITA means Reminiscence Interactive Therapy Activities. RITA is a preloaded system that can be used by patients themselves or with a nurse. It's like having another nurse on the ward actually, or a therapist. RITA is usually daily throughout the hospital, especially on Ward 3, and is a valuable resource for the staff in the ward. The benefits include boredom, it includes relieving boredom, reducing isolation, and we do a lot of group activities throughout. So here I can show you some of the staff using it. If you just click on the little sound there, I don't know if you can hear that at all. So we have our ward clerk that uses the RITA. She'll pop it into some of our patients, of course, our healthcares, and we've also taught the doctors how to use it, as well as our student nurses, our physician associates, and our staff nurses. We all use this throughout the day on a regular basis. Some of our patients need this interaction to provide them with a daily a routine, I would say. Distraction therapy we use on the ward. We have lots of things that we can use regarding distraction, as you can see by the sound, if it works. We have TV clips, we have famous speeches, we have poetry, we have Welsh singing, which a lot of our patients on the ward are very religious and speak Welsh, so we have a lot of Welsh hymns. It goes down very well throughout the day. With the RITA, we entered I wrote a little bit of a journal regarding what we've used it throughout the pandemic, and with the company, we came and was awarded a silver award for our use of the RITA throughout. You can see here some of our healthcares and student nurses. So here you'll see our therapists, that's our head physio and a band 5 therapist. They use the RITA. You know, when we had patients isolated in the bay, we put the RITA in, and of course we got glass. So our therapists can use through the glass, they can do all their exercises, seat the patients in the seat. We do seating exercises, standing exercises. It can all be done through the RITA. Excellent piece of equipment for us. On this page, you can see that we get to know our patients. So what we do is every patient has a profile if they agree to it, and their relatives, of course, and it's deleted afterwards. So what we do is we look at their work life, and we put it in, and we can just tap into it. And when a patient becomes quite agitated or needs a bit of guidance, we just revert back to this, and we can talk about their life history, what they used to do, and we can use this as part of our association with somebody with dementia. You can see here that one of our healthcares is putting in some information. We add it quite often, so we have new patients throughout the week. Just putting a little bit of information makes huge changes to the association we have with our patients. It's all patient-centred care as well. Also, we've trained our Flo, which is the family liaison officer, to operate this as well. So, as we know, on times patients with a pain can't express where the pain comes from, and we find that the behaviour and anxiety from a patient in pain with a dementia causes them to create a behaviour that could be challenging, or we aren't able to do anything with the patient because they have so much pain. So if we click onto the next page, you can see that we can ask our patient through RITA where their pain is. The RITA will say, have you got any pain? We can ask as well, we can prompt it as well, and the patient can tap with where the pain is. We've used this throughout, and it's been a valuable resource for us on the ward. I've done a little screenshot of it being closer up as well on the next one. So all they've got to do is tap, it hurts quite a bit, or it hurts quite a lot. We've used this throughout the pandemic. So whilst visiting was restricted because of the COVID pandemic, the RITA helped reduce isolation and the boredom and give our patients a glimpse of the life they had to remember using the history. Because if we remember that family weren't allowed onto the ward, so we could input the family pages and put photographs on their actual profile, and then we'd revert back to it, which has been huge for our patients. Not forgetting the respite from the noise and the confusion that people experience throughout the hospital. RITA's given my patients the opportunity to express themselves, which has been wonderful throughout and continues to be. We do a lot of moving exercise and a bit of tea dancing on the ward. Our other patients that do not have dementia quite get involved with this, so it's a team effort throughout the ward, and we play some wonderful music. Everybody gets involved in, even the staff. We have our tea parties as well. So the feedback from the COVID-19 I focused on, I asked some of the relatives and staff and visitors and people that I could speak about, you know, how they found the RITA. The family were amazed by the communication, that we continued with our communication, because we can do go on live Wi-Fi with our RITA as well. The actions and the movements, people love the actions moving around the ward, the music aspect of it, the calming, the end of life that we've dealt with it. We just put something very calming at the end of the life. Individual use or group use, patient stimulated, exercise, and we bring into that was that PJ paralysis, which we are very up on Ward 3. Good visual display, alleviates behavioural challenges, and if we do have a challenging behaviour on the ward, we try and use this, and then we associate the patient with whatever's on their actual profile, and we have said that it has worked. The reminiscence and the communication, and we get to know our patients throughout as a patient-centred care, an individual patient-centred care, I should say. Any questions?